Hello YouTube, this is Lucid Alvar here today with another video, and today we're actually going to be talking about some Holy Nation lore and theory speculation. Now, there's a lot to go into in this video, but before I do get into the video, I do have my very own Discord where you guys are welcome to join and also welcome to leave some video requests, and I'll talk to you guys and everything, so hopefully you guys do that. But without further ado, let's get straight into this video. So, the Orcanites have been a huge player in Kenshi for quite a while now, and a lot of people have a lot of speculation and ideas where they can come from, how their religion originated, and there's a lot of things that mainly a general amount of people agree on. The first one being that the Holy Nation came from the back end of the Second Empire. Towards the end of the Second Empire, when Catlano started to lose a lot of control pretty much, there was Orcanites that started forming this religion and, pretty much deeming that skeletons and technology were bad because of what happened to them. And nobody really knows who Okran is or who Narco is for that matter, but, Okran and Narco are just like pretty much the same words but just flipped, in case you guys didn't know. But nobody really knows who they are. A lot of people speculate that it is the last behemoth, which, I'll probably put a photo somewhere in around here. And that this last behemoth, his name was Stobe. So Stobe, Stobe, good old Stobe. Stobe decided, I'm gonna take one for humanity and block the missile. That's what a lot of people think, and that's what a lot of people come to believe. And I'm not gonna say that I kind of don't believe it either. I believe that it's kind of hard to take something down that big, but he did survive obedience, which is kind of interesting in itself. And maybe destroy or making sure a rocket didn't hit Kenshi or doing something is really what made these Orcanites really realize that Okran got hit with this beam of light and he split it to two, which was Narco and Okran, which kind of makes sense with the whole entire rocket hitting a robot type of thing, because it could be symbolic in their pretty much entire religion. Now, they were still being prosecuted and harassed, and think about this more towards Catholics or Christians when they were getting harassed during the Roman Empire, and that's pretty much the treatment that they were going through. But it was even worse because the skeletons kind of really hated humans. They really disliked them for what they made them do during the First Empire. They have that hatred with them, and to me personally, I don't think skeletons forget memories, because there's no way that you go from First Empire to Second Empire without thinking that there's some correlation of these skeletons hating humans. Now, the skeletons were, I would say, were oppressed by the Shek. The Shek were mainly the ones that were oppressing them and keeping them down and not really letting them, live lives. So, the Orcanite religion kept on getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And, we do hear in the game that from the skeleton that the first Holy Phoenix was really, really noble, that he was just a really noble guy. But as time progressed, every Phoenix after him ended up getting more corrupt, and more corrupt. And it just became super, super hard. Now, the Holy Nation ended up becoming formed out of this, I would say, rebellion that broke off from the Second Empire at the end once everybody started breaking off. And this is where you see the Holy Nation break off, and then you see the Sheks kind of break off too, because the Sheks kind of didn't really have a reason to stay with the Second Empire if it wasn't to oppress people. And that's why you see the Orcanites hate Sheks. Like, Orcanites, they tolerate Scorchlanders, they tolerate Hives, but they hate the Shek. They hate the Shek, and they also hate pretty much, I think, the United Cities too, but they also hate skeletons, which is a kind of weird thing if you really think about it. They have reason to hate skeletons, but they never give us a reason why they hate the Shek. And it could be because Sheks are genetically mutated humans that ended up taking this form and becoming more enhanced, and we're also putting them down. Kind of looking at it like these guys are a different species than us. They're no longer humans. They are monsters. They are monstrosities. So pretty much that is my personal theory on that, on why they kind of hate the Shek, because, the Shek kind of did put them down a lot. But, that's personally my personal idea. And I know a lot of people can agree with that idea. But let's get that out of the way. So now you have the Holy Nation which has formed. You get the first Phoenix. Now there is this little part of speculation which I will address right here, is that the Bugmaster is actually the first Holy Phoenix, and that could be very much true. The Bugmaster is rumored to be kind of like almost immortal. He has a whole entire skin spider like family that like for some reason just follows him. I never got the whole entire meaning behind that, like how they don't kill him, but there's that. But when you do kill the Bugmaster, which is spoiler here, when you go through his chest, you do find a map to Catlon, which is kind of strange. Why would this Bugmaster be looking to fight Catlon, one of the strongest people on this planet, or on this moon, actually? And it's weird. But then the weirder part is the human teeth. And now human teeth are in the holy temples. They are in every holy temple that you visit. They are there. The holy nation has this weird thing where they collect teeth for some reason. I don't know why, but for some reason they do. So there is that correlation there, and also the correlation of him wanting to go fight Catlon. Now, why would a Bugmaster who is has one of the highest bounties on him as it is right now want to go out of his way to fight the skeletons and also fight? And it's weird. It's very, very weird if you really look at it from kind of like an analytical viewpoint, and it's just very, very weird. So that's my personally, I think he might be the first Holy Phoenix, and I think that he probably is. But as we see through time progresses, the Holy Nation does grow bigger and bigger because it's pretty much a whole entire refuge for humans. So as more and more time progresses, this becomes even a bigger refuge for humans, and it becomes a place where they could finally kind of tip the scales back in their favor. And it is a pretty nice thing, if you ask me, because this entire time humans have been put down for these last couple thousand years, and now they finally have a refuge to call home. So personally, Holy Nation, you're doing a good job out there. Anyways, so they end up expanding their borders. They end up going to fights with the Shek. They end up going to fights with the UC. And, the United Cities did something so atrocious that the Holy Phoenix himself went to Bast and completely destroyed the entire city. I'm talking, this man left it and burned it down to the rubble because of what the noble did. And then he even tortured the noble. So the Holy Phoenixes have become more of these dictatorship leaderships, and it mostly has to do with the priests that kind of raise them. I think the priests that raise them kind of leads to this this function that ends up happening, and it's that. But the Holy Nation, all in all, I think formed out of hatred towards the Second Empire. And the hatred towards the Second Empire kind of fueled this whole entire religion of Okran, and it just ended up being super, super successful for some reason. And it's because I'm pretty sure it was led behind hate towards these skeletons and towards the Shek too. Don't forget that the Holy Nation hates the Sheks, and they will even stop you and try to say that you need to hand over the Shek. But if you have a Holy Flame, you'll say that, oh, I'm helping this guy teach his people the ways of Okran. They will actually kind of let it slide. But that is the whole entire lore and theories that we have on the Holy Nation. Now, of course, there's way more. Like, this video can be 20 minutes long, but I think about 7 minutes every day is enough for me. But if you guys did make it to the end, remember to leave a like. It really helps me a lot and shows me that you guys are really enjoying the content. And, it really pushes me to make even more content. And don't forget to subscribe, channel out here growing for some reason. I mean, I think I'm kind of mediocre, but you guys seem to love it. So, hopefully you guys love this video. But without further ado, peace.